Hello, Beverly Lancers. Welcome to this week's episode of Five Question Friday. As always, when I start this, I have my mask on, but I'll be taking it off. But I just do this as a reminder to you that we need to wear our masks, stay socially distanced, please stay out of large crowds, and wash your hands. Let's get back in school as soon as we possibly can. So today's guest is a special one. Remember, Lancers, I do this so that you can see like what your future may hold, because as I will learn from our guest today, when you walk out these doors, you have no idea what's going to happen and where your life may lead you. So you need to put yourself in a position so that those things can happen for you like they did with today's guest. So let's say hello to this week's Five Question Friday guest, and that is Mr. LaPhonso Ellis Jr.
Hey, how you guys doing?
I hope they're all doing well and staying healthy, LaPhonso. So I'm going to guess LaPhonso's year of graduation, and I cheated a little bit here, but I think you graduated in 2006.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's correct. Okay, so one of our other guests on this was Rio Quarles. And how close are you? Are you 1 year older than him?
Yeah, 1 year because we all played together my junior and senior year.
Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. And I should add, like there was a group of LaPhonso and his friends that I never had in class, but for some reason we start talking in the hallways, and these guys were just so much fun that I had such a great time. So I do know LaPhonso, but only a little bit, and only from those conversations that we had in the hallway. Never had him in class. Certainly watched him play basketball quite a bit. So, LaPhonso, when you left here, where did you go? What was the next step for you?
So my next step, I went to Greenville University in Greenville, Illinois. Went there to play college basketball, and then I studied business management and accounting there.
So you got your degree from Greenville?
Yeah, I did.
That's awesome. So, and when you were here, and I was reminiscing about this a little bit, it was a little bit different for me because at the time you were here, I was the girls' basketball coach, and we always played opposite of you guys. So I didn't get to see you guys play a ton. I know you guys had some really good teams, but it wasn't exactly easy for you here. It wasn't like you were some superstar that walked in and never had to work. Is that about right?
Yeah, man, I put my work in from the day I entered to the day I left. So one of one of the craziest things, being a pro is like you look back at like most guys who play high school basketball, they're normally like the man on their team or they had a significant amount of time on varsity. Me, I played varsity as a senior and that was it. Every other year, every year was freshman as a freshman, sophomore, and then junior on JV. So
Right. And I'm sure, right, like any kid, right, you thought, man, I should be doing this or I should be doing that. But you didn't quit on that. You kept going.
yeah, man, I just kept putting in work and just getting better and better each year. And then I really started to put more work in as I became a college player, and then even more so when I turned pro.
Yeah. And academically, right, if you're going to go to Greenville and you're going to graduate from Greenville, you better be studying and doing that work as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. So you high school kids who didn't have like the highs like GPA and ACT scores, I only had like a 19 and a 2.25, but I graduated with a 3.25 and overall and a 3.5 in my curriculum. So
So you
you can
graduated
get
from
better.
college. You graduated from college with a higher GPA than you did in high school.
Yeah, I did. So
That's crazy. That's amazing. Okay. So you go to Greenville, right? How did you do at Greenville? How did things work out there?
pretty well. I averaged 20 and 8 my senior year. We had some solid teams,
Whoa,
but
whoa,
we
whoa,
didn't make
hold,
it.
hold, 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 hold. You said you averaged 28?
No, I averaged 20 points and 8 rebounds
Okay.
my
All
senior
right.
year.
All right.
So decent numbers for my career. I was third all time leading scorer there. Um, third 3 time all first team all conference from my sophomore to my senior year. Almost got player of the year my senior year. If we would have won, I probably would have got player of the year that year. But we missed the playoffs by 1 game. So yeah, did pretty solid. Had a solid career there.
Based by the look on your face right there, it looks like not being player of the year, it still hurts a little bit.
Nah, I mean, Mike's is not a good dude. We played against them. We split, so we beat them my last game of the year, and so he ended up winning it. So I was like, okay, they made the playoffs. That's cool.
Nice.
Me and him talk mess about it on Facebook from time to time. So he's like, man, I got player of the year, but you went overseas, so
Nice.
that's always a fun thing.
Okay, so that takes us to what my next question. After Greenville, right? You end up, and I couldn't believe this when I heard it, and it's crazy. But where did you end up? Like, what happened?
So I ended up playing some semi-pro and then almost getting into the G League. But then I ended up going overseas to play. Ended up playing in China for the last 5 years, and I bounced around before that. Germany, Colombia, Malaysia. Where else did I go? Dominican Republic. So yeah, bounced around a little bit.
All of this following the basketball dream, right?
Yeah, that's it. Hmm.
That's crazy. So, what was it like in China? Like, what was the biggest cultural clash for you when you were in China as a kid from Belleville playing basketball?
Well, I'm gonna just let you know from East St. Louis. I just
Okay.
happened to go
Yeah.
to Belleville East. But we biggest thing culturally for me is they're big into their tradition and their culture. So they love to eat, spend time with their family. They love the Chinese traditions with dragons and their wine and their food. So they're big into that, and they're big into their Buddhism as well. So like they're big into religion. So that was the first kind of like culture shock, just getting used to that. So my first month, it took me a while to kind of like get used to that or accustomed to all of that and to learn about all of it as well.
So you mentioned that like the culture stuff, but then you also mentioned you were in Malaysia, you're in Colombia, you're in Germany. So I would think, and based on my knowledge of you, you had to have a good attitude. You got to have a good relationship with people. Otherwise, they don't keep calling you to keep coming. Is that right?
Yeah, man, I built up a lot of great rapport. I built up a great rapport with like a lot of the translators and the owners of the teams that I played for, who still have connections with in relationship to this day. So that's what like that overall kind of takes a president over like you as a player, because there's a billion players out there who's trying to play, who's trying to get overseas. Some are pretty good, some are great, and so like it's an opportunity out there if you just keep working for it and then be a great person and treat people the right way and do things the right way.
Yeah, you definitely were known for that around here in the hallways for sure. Right, no doubt. So 5 years in China, right, and now you're back in the you're back stateside.
Yeah, man.
Where are you at now? What are you doing now?
So I'm coach. I'm the head JV coach at Montgomery County High School in Montgomery, Missouri, Montgomery City, Missouri. So I'm the head JV coach, and I'm the head assistant on varsity as well.
So you still got following that bouncing ball around.
Yeah, man. Crazy thing is I was playing in Italy, working out for a team there, and then Corona happened, so I came home back to the States. Ended up coming to Columbia to train and just work out there. Ended up coaching AAU, and then from me coaching AAU this summer, that's what led to me playing coaching here at Montgomery. So yeah,
Super
man.
cool. And that looks like a great gymnasium behind you there that you're going to have some fun in, I'm sure.
Yeah, we got a solid gym here,
That's
real
nice.
solid. Even though Montgomery's a small city, like they're huge into their sports, into their basketball, so they love basketball out here.
They definitely, I'm familiar with it. They definitely love basketball there for sure. Okay, are you ready for your 5 question Friday?
Yeah, man, let's get it.
All right, here we go. First question is your favorite memory of being a Beverly East Lancer.
Oh goodness, the game when I hit against West, first round of the playoffs at home. We're playing against West, and it's my senior year too. So like we had a packed crowd. I think that won the regional. I don't know. I can't remember what it won or if it was the game before the regional, whatever it was. But yeah, I hit a game winner. So like that was one of my favorite memories ever.
Those are always good ones. You don't forget those. Those are great.
Yeah.
Okay, second question. What do you feel has been the main component of your success that literally has taken you all around the world? What's been the main component of your success?
Just that ambition and hard work and dedication to myself and never giving up. Just knowing that just got to keep putting in work and keep putting in time and just staying ready until that number or the opportunity comes and being ready when it comes. So just never giving up on my dream.
Awesome. It took you a lot of places. Never given up took you a lot of places.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, or Instagram?
TikTok, man, God, I don't do TikTok at all, but I'll watch them like here and there. I love Instagram more than any other app there is. Facebook is like probably third, and then I'm on Snapchat because a bunch of my players are on Snapchat, and so like everybody's like, "Oh, you got to get on Snapchat." So
There you go. All right. So you're covering a lot of the bases there. That's you
yeah,
got.
I'm on Twitter too. So like
No,
I'm
I
messing
knew.
with
Yeah.
Twitter. Yeah, I forgot
There's
about
so
Twitter.
many I didn't even ask about Twitter. Okay. Who is LaPhonso's celebrity crush?
Oh my God, I just saw her in Israel. J Lo, love J Lo.
You
That's
just saw her in Israel.
yes, I saw her live performing in Israel. I was in
Oh,
Israel last summer, and so she was there in Tel Aviv. So I went to the J Lo concert.
I mean, that's amazing. A J Lo concert in Tel Aviv. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was an amazing
Awesome.
experience.
You said I just saw her. I thought you were like, oh, we just went out to dinner, right?
I know, right?
Okay. Last question. Outside of your family, who has been the most influential person that has helped you to the success you've had so far?
I would say my trainer Dexter Young. He really taught me like outside of my father. He really kind of like put those last like finishing touches and polishes up to my life, my game, and like everything I've been doing as a pro and business and life and coaching and everything. So he's like family to me. So like that would be my best example to that.
Okay. So you're done with the 5 questions. Do you have any advice that you want to give to Beverly Lancers as they're going through class, going through sports, whatever they're doing?
Yeah, I think for me, basketball was the biggest teacher in life, and it's still teaching me and still growing from it. That you have to find the passion and find your passion like early. Some people find it later, but the earlier you find it and dig into it, the greater like it becomes for you because it'll teach you so many things about life. I've grown so much from playing a game of basketball, chasing after trying to get to the NBA or trying to play overseas at the highest level that it's took me so many places and met a lot of different people, made a lot of different connections all over the world. And so, yeah, find that passion and dive into it and go all in. Like when you go all into it, a lot of great things come from it. And so, even though it may get tough on that journey, you still just got to keep working, never give up, and believe in yourself and put that hard work in.
That's fantastic, man. That's some great advice. Okay, now we'll finish the way we finish every week. I've got a little saying, and I'll start it and you finish it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Beverly Lancers. Remember, someday you're going to be in LaPhonso's shoes, right? There's going to be a 14 years from now. There's going to be a 10 years or a 15 or whatever. It's going to happen. Where are you going to be, right? The choice is up to you. So, Beverly Lancers, stand up for what you believe in.
Stand up, stand alone, stand up for what you believe in.
All right. So that's awesome. LaPhonso, we thank you very much. I know you got to get back to what you're doing there. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. Once again, that's our 5 Question Friday with LaPhonso Ellis Jr.